TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, 7:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve between the number 19 Texas A&M Aggies and NC State Wolfpack.
NC State is hoping to follow up on their 2002 success in the Gator Bowl, where they beat Notre Dame 28-6. Yeah, that was also the last year they finished with double-digit wins, so they're looking to do that again this year as well. Kelvin Harmon doesn't care about any of that and will be sitting out to focus on the draft after an 1,100-yard season, pulling in 81 passes for 7 touchdowns for the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack finished with the 6th most yards passing per game with 327 and were 15th overall with 471 yards per game. Their defense is fine, but they'll be missing their leading tackler linebacker Germain Pratt, who will be out with a knee injury. Probably could play, but is opting to sit out for the draft as well. Injuries could prove to be too much in a bowl game against a ranked opponent for NC State. And for Texas A&M, things are looking pretty good. They had a bit of a scare at the beginning of their season as their kicker went down with an ankle injury, but freshman Seth Small has taken on the kicking load and did well enough to earn a spot on the all-SEC freshman team. Kellen Mond has been running for his life most of the season, sacked 34 times. He has 23 touchdowns to 8 interceptions and will cross the 3,000-yard mark in this game. The Aggies will rely heavily on their 1,500-yard back Travion Williams, who is 4th best in the FBS. If NC State can stop Williams, there's not really anyone else getting it done on the ground for the Aggies. It's a tough one because I want to go with the upset, but I don't think NC State can push through the injuries and sitter-outers. I have Texas A&M winning 27-24.
I agree with you, John. I think NC State is a poser. I don't think they are a real, legitimate, good football team. I looked at their schedule a little bit ago before we even started talking about this, and they haven't, other than defeating Marshall early on in the season and then a win against Boston College early in the season, they haven't defeated anybody with a winning record. They've lost to Florida State, who finished with 5 wins. They beat Florida State with 5 wins. They beat Louisville, who had 2 wins, and they beat North Carolina, who had 2 wins. Those are some of their big marquee wins on the season. They're posers. They didn't deserve to be ranked when they were ranked in the season. And I think Texas A&M is better than what their record indicates. Their losses come to number 2 Clemson, number 1 Alabama. They lost to Mississippi State and Auburn in the middle of the season. They had a big 7 overtime win against LSU to end the regular season, 74-72. I think Texas A&M is better than 8-4, and I think they're going to come into this one and come away with the victory.